Hi Scorpio, welcome to the full moon reading for July 20th and 21st of 2024. That is the jump off date, that's the beginning. It goes for about 2 weeks. Full moons close out cycles, so we're finishing up stuff, closing it up. The direction that your reading is going in is number 3, people, friends, and colleagues. However, it did come up reversed. So, leave it up here. So we have to kind of go with the reversed meaning of this card, and that can indicate a loss of friend or a colleague through a particular change that's happening, perhaps a physical move, maybe somebody's moving away from you, or even a misunderstanding. This can be temporary, but if it is a rift of something, open communication can really help fix the situation, but it can also be something more permanent. Okay. If it isn't that, it can also be a period where there is some isolation. Again, this can be very temporary. Maybe you're working extra hours or other constrictions, but maybe you just don't feel very outgoing, or you feel very internal, or you don't feel like going out and meeting friends, that kind of thing. Like I said, it can be self-imposed. Maybe you could be trying to protect yourself from loss, or just feeling a little bit afraid, afraid to trust. But this card on a reversed, is saying that maybe it's also time to break out. It's kind of like taking the risk of hurt or that sort of thing, breaking out of that fear, to be with friends and colleagues. It's friends and colleagues, so nothing romantic here, but there can still be a lot of emotion and love involved with friends and colleagues. Okay, so the first column is where you find yourself at the time of the new moon, or you may be consciously closing out a cycle or a situation. The second column is you and how you are acting, behaving, thinking, feeling in regards to the situation. And the last one, the last two cards, is the probable outcome. Probable because some things we are able to change, some things we are meant to experience. We chose to experience them. But always, always, always for our growth, to further our growth. Okay. Yeah. You're isolating yourself here. You could use a good rest, though. Maybe that's the reason why you're pulling back. You could use a bit of a rest. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. So let's get started. The Page of Pentacles can be the friend or colleague that you are taking some time away from. Or maybe they're even taking time away from you. But it seems to me, so this is my Capricorn card. This is somebody who is self-empowering. They empower themselves. They help to empower others. They're people who very much like to learn something new and then kind of present it to the world to show them what they've accomplished, right? It's usually on a very material level because it is a pentacle. Matter, right? There are people who can feel quite deeply because Capricorn is half goat, half fish, so they can feel the depths of emotion, but they may find it very difficult to speak it. The Nine of Wands is the card of And that's a good, it's called biding your time, but for me it also gives me a very defensive energy, and especially with the reading with the friends of colleagues, the meaning of the friends and colleagues reversed. So the Nine of Wands can give you a real feeling of defensiveness, and that's because we don't want to repeat the past. We don't want to make the same mistakes we have. The wands that are behind him are his experiences, and he's kind of guarding them with his life, right? This is the walking wounded card, so you may have been hurt, or this person may have been hurt, and we are kind of protecting ourselves from that. But it also has a very sort of, it's also associated with Sagittarius, and so there's a sort of a paranoia that goes with it. He's looking over his shoulder, as you can see, and rightly so. I mean, he has the wounds to prove that he's been through the battle and doesn't want to go through it again. And so, but so it kind of gives it that sort of a little bit like I'm looking over my shoulder a lot. So again, it's a very defensive card. Yeah, wow, these are challenges that we face together. Now, in context with the other cards, this can be that somebody isn't feeling very well physically and mentally, what I'm seeing here. Maybe there's some exhaustion. Again, this is a walking wounded. Maybe you're recovering from an illness, or from, maybe you broke an arm, or, twisted something or whatever, or a leg. But these are challenges that we face together. And I say that because of these two cards here, but we'll get into it in a minute. So these are challenges that we face together, but 5 is an unstable number, and so this can be instability where finances are concerned, material things are concerned, but also health as well. So somebody may not be feeling very well, so you may not be feeling very social. Maybe you're recuperating from something, or a friend is recuperating from something and they don't want to come out. That's also possible. Maybe they're having financial difficulties, or you're having financial difficulties, although that would be there. And so, they don't want to come out. However, these are challenges that we face together. It can also be lack mentality, but I think it's more physical here. Or, it can be material as well. And it may be somebody is feeling like they're outside looking in, right? Everybody has this, but I don't. That can be that kind of energy as well. For everybody, it's different. It's a general reading. The Chariot card and the King of Swords. Now, the Chariot card is associated with Cancer for me. It's a very successful card. It's a victorious card. It can sometimes portend travel. But everything is sort of in alignment with the Chariot. Our head, the way we think, our spirit is in alignment, our heart, how we feel, our mental capacity, everything is in alignment. And so we have that ability to go forward, right? And you are behaving like a King of Swords. So the King of Swords is, oh, by the way, this person can be younger than you, or they can be at a distance. The King of Swords is my Libra card, associated with Libra for me. And this is a very logical mentality. Facts and figures, right, is all we're interested in at the moment. And the interesting thing is that this particular air sign, this is somebody who is mastering their mental abilities. They do not let emotion or sentimentality interfere in their decision making. And so you can be highly logical at this moment, at this point. It's not as critical as the Queen of Swords, but there is some critical with it. It's a very regimented mind. It's I get up at 5 in the morning, I drink my carrot juice. I go for a walk or a swim. I come home, I take a shower, I change my clothes, I go to work. I work until noon, I take my lunch. It's very regimented. It's a very regimented way of thinking. And so maybe if something comes in out of the blue, you're saying, well, that's not in my schedule. I can't do that. Even for me, in context with the King of Swords, the Chariot feels very militaristic and very regimented. The King of Swords can be police, it can be judges, it can be military. It just has a very regimented energy. You're also behaving like a King of Pentacles. Work is very important. You're very single-minded. You're very focused, probably on work. Probably very much on work, or making money, that kind of thing. You're, maybe if you're dealing with securities or investments or that sort of thing. It's just very much focused. Now, the King of Pentacles is somebody who is associated with Gemini for me, which is the lower mind, and that's not negative. It just means that you're very much busy with the things of the earth. No time for sentimentality or spirituality. I have to put some money in the bank. I have to get those investments working for me, that kind of energy. And so it's a high focus on work. But I would also say that the King of Pentacles is very diligent and persistent in his efforts, and they make a lot of small steps to make big changes. Very persistent, very diligent, very patient in their efforts. So that's you. You're triumphant anyway with the Chariot card. But it could also be travel. Perhaps you'd like to travel, and so maybe you're saving money for a particular trip or something like that. That can also be why you are so regimented. Maybe there's something that you want to purchase, so you're putting all your efforts and your focus in one direction. The outcome is the Four of Swords and the Sun. Well, the Four of Swords is it's a physical rest, and that's why I said if perhaps somebody's not feeling well, perhaps there's an imbalance. But even if it's financial imbalance, the King of Pentacles is going to take all his effort to build it up and find stability and bring it back into balance. But this can cause some weariness. You could be very tired with that Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is taking a rest. The mind will probably still be going, and so this card often advises you to get things down on paper. Let's say it's an energy of meditation. So we need a mental rest, but chances are you're still planning things for creating good solid foundation. And so the mind keeps planning, the mind keeps working, but the body may be at rest, and the body may need some rest. Now, whether this is you or the person that you're dealing with, it affects you. But the nice thing about it is the Sun card is the healing card, right? And all of a sudden, maybe at the end of the 2 weeks or once you get your situation settled, then we're feeling more positive, more social. Maybe you need a rest away from people so that you can build up your energy to go somewhere. Maybe there's something planned in the future and you're saying, okay, I'm not going to do anything. I don't know if you're having throat problems. Excuse me. But the Sun is again social. There's a sociability to it. It's being in the spotlight. It's maybe you want to travel somewhere where it's sunny. It's a feeling reborn. It's feeling childlike. It's feeling youthful. Again, it's a very big healing card. And there is something. So maybe you're working towards something that might happen for you in the autumn time. This is my autumn timing card. Maybe you're working towards something that is a passionate new beginning for you in some way. Perhaps there's passion available, and the sun is a renewal of that romantic energy, the romantic passion, or that passion that, comes in with you. However, these are friends and colleagues. So I don't feel like it's on the romantic level. It's not partnerships, or it's not kindred partnerships. It's friends and colleagues. Maybe friends and colleagues are helping you out. Maybe you're helping them out. But this is a passionate new beginning, the Ace of Wands. And if we accept this passionate new beginning, it can be things that dreams are made of. It's a really lovely card. And like I said, fire is a lot about your willpower, so your ego. And so there can be something that is driving you on, right? Especially with that Chariot card. It's driving you forward. And I do think there's a rest necessary here, whether that's for you or somebody in your atmosphere. But at the right moment, things will happen. Now, this can even be late summer. It doesn't even have to be the 2 weeks. It could be late summer when the sun is at its highest, because the Ace of Wands is my autumn timing card. So August, September can be a time period for you, a significant time frame for you. But I do see that at the right moment, there's healing, or there's the feeling that we want to go out again and enjoy life and have some fun. Maybe it's just too hot. Maybe nobody wants to go out because it's too hot. They'd rather stay in the air conditioning. What does Spirit want you to know? You have Queen of the Unicorns. You are blessed with love, compassion, and wisdom. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. And so it's very possible that you're helping out friends and colleagues who are having a difficult time at this moment. Okay, I'm even a little tired after that reading. I do think that there is some plans that need to be laid, but at the right moment, you'll pick up that sword and take action again. It's just not right now. Okay? All right. Thank you for listening. I hope this has been helpful. I'll return in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. Thank you for listening. It's appreciated. Bye for now.